Students of class 7 to your online classes for English grammar. Today we would be continuing with the exercises. Since we have already understood the difference of usage of many, much and some, any, let us do exercise I and let us try to understand when some will be appropriate and when any will be appropriate. Okay, so we will solve it in the book itself for now. When you will copy it in your copy later, you will write in full sentences. Okay. She brought dash orange juice for me. Positive sentence, so it will be some. Number 1 will be some. Number 2, there are some apples in the basket but not any guavas. Not means obviously the negative connotation is coming. So some and any, the two blanks. Number 3, there aren't any flowers in the vase. Any flowers. Number 4, this encyclopedia has some pictures of wild animals but not any of domestic animals. So it will be some, any. Number 5, she needs some money. Do you have any change? Okay, since it is a question sentence, any is also used for any kind of question sentence. Okay. Do you have some change or any change? Okay, number 5. Number 5, the first part will be she needs some money. Do you have dash change? Now see, it depends on the usage. You can write either any or same, some. When you expect a negative answer, we normally use any. That means we know that the probability of getting a change is quite less. So we say, do you have any change? But when we think that the probability of getting a positive answer is more, then we write some. So if you write some, I will not say anything. But any is also correct. Some and any. For the second blank, you can write some or any. For the first blank, it will be some. Okay, sure. So the first blank, I have written some. The second blank, you can write either any or some. Both are correct. It depends on the connotation, whether a positive answer is expected or a negative answer is expected. Okay. So let us go to the next part of the chapter. Little, a little, the little, and few, a few, the few. To tell it in a short manner, just little is less little than a little, which is a little less than the little. That means, in matter of comparison, little is very less, a bit more than little is a little, and a bit more than a little is the little. That means some amount. Okay, so this is very less. This is a bit more than this. That means it is some quantity. And the little means something more than that. Similarly, few also the same comparison. Now, little is used with uncountable nouns. All these three are used with uncountable nouns. Whereas few, a few, and the few used with countable nouns. Okay, so little, a little, the little, few, a few, the few. First one is used for uncountable noun and few is used for countable nouns. Okay, so let us do the exercises. Yes, a few indicates not many, almost none. A few indicates at least some. The few shows all of them but very few. Okay, so as I said, the comparison between these three things and the comparison between these three usages. Few is less than a few is less than the few. Okay, but you will have to understand whether you are talking about something specific. Then we will use the little and the few. Just looking at the rules is not going to make it easy for you. Let us solve the exercise. It will become very easy for you to understand when we solve the exercise, because rules always change. Okay, usage is more important. How we are using it in a sentence. So exercise J. Rita has used dash salt for 3 scrambled eggs she prepared. Okay. So a little. Rita has used a little salt. Salt is obviously uncountable now. So it will be a little. A little salt. Number 2, dash apple juice was left in the can as he had finished almost all of it. So almost none is left. So it will be little. Little means almost nothing is left. So it will be little. And a little means still a little bit of quantity. Dash yogurt that was left was sufficient for her breakfast. That means it is quite a big amount of quantity. So it will be more than little and a little. It will be the little. The little yogurt that was left, since yogurt is also an uncountable noun, that means the quantity of yogurt which was left was sufficient for her breakfast. So it will be the little. Number 4, 5 and 6, you will have to use the forms of few. Number 4 is I left the room for a few minutes. A few minutes. We say a few minutes because we can count it. Okay, it is so much, so it's a countable noun. And for a few minutes I left the room. Number 5, dash shops were open as it was quite late at night. So it will be few because very few shops were open. It means almost none. Last one is the few people who came forward to help the injured man took him to the hospital. So we know that number of people came, the few, hence I am specifying because certain people came to help him and they took him to the hospital. I am specifying the people, so I am using the. So write the answers in your book. Okay. So let us stop over here for today's session. We will continue it with old, older, oldest, elder, eldest. Both are varieties, old of old. Okay, so I hope you have already copied it in your book. Let us leave the next part of the exercise, next part of the chapter for the next session. Okay, we will not, don't want to burden you up with a lot of teaching in one day. Okay, so study well and try to complete the entire exercises on your own in the book. Okay, thank you.